Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today we are doing leg 6 of our Transcontinental series in the Carenado B1900D. Again, this is the X-Plane 11 version of this aircraft. We upgraded last flight to the actual X-Plane 11 version and I was completely satisfied. And is now probably moved into my favorite GA aircraft. Previously it was a Twin Otter by RW Design, but I think this one has taken over as my favorite. But I'm not going to talk too much about it this time because I gave a long introduction about this aircraft last time. So we're going to pull up the flight plan here. We are currently at Dalhart, Texas, Kilo Delta Hotel Tango. We are going to go to West Woodward, Oklahoma, Kilo Whiskey Whiskey Romeo. And should be a short flight, shouldn't be too bad. Last time we screwed up the GPS, so we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. My landing last time was happy. I was satisfied with it, especially with the strong crosswind. The weather today, though, much simpler. We're going to have a, well, direct 15-knot headwind when we take off directly into the wind, and then we'll have a 5-knot crosswind from the front when we land in Oklahoma. There is a very, very short runway in the direction of the wind, but I have a feeling it may not be modeled, so we're going to take the main runway when we get to Oklahoma. But anyway, enough said about this. Oh, look at that farm in the background. Like I said, long introduction last time. We're going to skip the long introduction this time. So we're going to hop inside right away. We're going to pull up my checklist. First thing we're going to do, we are using ground power, by the way, so we can have lights on for everybody when they board, in case you want to know what that looks like. Again, I missed a switch because they're not on. What did I do? There we go. Oh, I know what happened. I had plugged in my yoke after I started the sim, so everything I had done undid itself. So anyway, there's our lighting. Everything is all set and good to go. Yes, that's more like it. I did play with these battery things off camera. I know what they do now, but I'm not going to worry about them. But I do know what they do, so I now know how to do everything in this aircraft. Ooh, this is new. Oh, no, it isn't. I've just never used that. Anyway. Oh, boy. Anyway, I know how to use everything in this aircraft now. I'm very excited. I wish these open. That'd be fun. Can we call people? Nope. Anyway, so let's try that for the third time. I know everything about this aircraft now. I am excited to have the knowledge and completeness of this aircraft. It has become my favorite, as I said. We're getting really distracted. So let's go up to our weight and balance, and we're going to do 2 hours of flight time. There we go. 13,882 pounds. Don't have to change anything there. So there we go. Midday flight, super bright and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Fortunately or unfortunately, I guess fortunately, it makes easy flying. Unfortunately, because it'd be kind of nice to have some rain for once. Maybe some snow, because even though snow won't accumulate on the ground, you can see snow in the air. It's obviously not cold enough in Texas, but as we move farther north across our trip, we might run into snow during the series. I hope we at least run into rain, so I can use my wipers and stuff. They do work. But anyway, so what is next? All right, oh, I redid my presets too. Remember last video, I said I was going to redo my presets. I actually redid my presets. I did that off camera just before I started. We're going to turn on the battery. And then we're going to do our avionics switch. And then we already did all the lights that we need to do. In terms of the cockpit lighting, we're going to turn on that one now. Let's come back down here. And if anybody knows how I can get this autopilot to not start off the screen, please let me know. I haven't been able to figure it out. Alright, we're going to do our flight plan. Now, GPS. Last time I totally screwed this up. I totally screwed up our approach somehow because I calculated it past the hold, which was fine. I looked up what I did, and I did do that correctly. I did a lot of research on the GPS today. But I did something in the menu over one of these pages, and it totally screwed up everything. So I don't know what I did there. I couldn't figure it out. But we're going to do things a little bit differently today. So instead of doing an approach, I'm just going to hand put everything in. I know that's lame. I know I really should just use the approach feature and it'll do it all for me. But I've been so frustrated with some of these details that I'm just going to do it myself. So let's delete the flight plan. There we go. And we're going to put in our first waypoint. We're going to go to Repa first. Is it this one? Come on. No, I missed it. There we go. Repa. I'm finally getting the hang of scrolling up to go lower through the alphabet. That's just how it is, but not that Repa. We're not Brazil. We're going to do this Repa here. South. Ooh, we've gone from the southwest to the south. We're making progress, folks. One short leg at a time. And then we are going to what? Easy cup. Easy cup. Ha ha, get it. Easy cup. Isn't that what the Heinz ketchup? Whoops. Isn't that what the Heinz ketchup is? The easy cups, you can get those now instead of the little squeeze packets. Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else, but easy cup. Alright, here. Easy cup with a K. There you go. Easy cup. And now, this is where I could put in the airport. And then do our approach. And then choose our transition. But 5 out of 5 times so far that has not worked. So I'm just going to put it in manually. Just like that. There we go. So I put in the approach manually. Next leg, I'll try the GPSing again. I did a bunch of research. I haven't been doing anything incorrectly. I've just been screwing around in flight, poking around where I shouldn't be, and screwing things up later. But so anyway, if I go back to here, I have to put in direct, don't I? It already says direct. It already says direct. Weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I don't really think we'll be able to see the whole thing. Maybe we can. Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. All right. Let's do a vertical now. No, we'll do a vertical once we're in the air. We don't need to worry about that right now. That's for top of descent. All right. I don't need my flight plan anymore, so let's move that off out of my way. So I have my paper that tells me what my buttons on my yoke do, because I can never remember. So anyway, we have the GPS set. Let's set that to CDI. We'll adjust this in a moment. Well, that's not what that is. I thought that's going to be the direction we have to head it, or turn heading. Let's change this though, because I'd like to do that. And I think we're all set there. Let's put it on standby because we can. Down on standby, I can't really see. There it is. All right. So flight plan, radios, and instruments. That would be setting all this stuff over here, but we don't know instruction to do it yet. So let's hop outside because we're ready to close our doors and remove our static elements. So let's close the passenger door and baggage door and the static elements, and let's come inside to close this door. If I can find the click spot, which I might have to just use this once it's open. There we go. And that nice space age sounds of the little hydraulic, not hydraulic, the little air chamber things. Why can't I use words right now? I can't think of what I'm trying to think of. Anyway, those air cylinder piston things. It's like air hydraulics, but it's not. Anyway, moving along, we set the parking brake. My new preset is there. Looks like parking brake was already set for us. So I'm going to come over here and do our fuel switches. I'm going to turn that on and switch these to auto and main fuel quantity. Come back down here. No, where are you? There we go. Make sure this is all reset, and it is. External power off before we start the right engine. Turn that off and arm that. And hold this down until the turbine gets to 15. Then we'll let go and introduce fuel part way. Just like this. And I'll take off slowly, but for the sake of time, I'm going to introduce fuel all the way. Both sides go, just because I only have one axis on my yoke. And once we get prop rotation, which we have right now, we'll go ahead and turn on the right generator, and we'll start the left engine. And that one will just take off because it's already fuel. And there it goes. And we have prop rotation. So we'll turn on the other generator, close the cover. Then what are we going to do? AC bus, right and left. Rudder boost is between the seats. Whoops, not that way. That way. And we'll come over here for climate control. Let's hide this yoke. Blowers, manual. Actually, we'll do manual cool, or else it gets very loud with those blowers. I can actually hear them. Let's just go like that. What else can we do over here? We can do our overspeed and stall warnings. We'll actually put the yoke back in this time. So now we're going to come over here and turn on our bleeds. There we go. This is for cabin pressure. Come down here. We're going to have a... Well, that's why that would work before I actually started doing it myself, because it was default really high, like maximum flight or something. Alright, but we're going to do 16,000. So we'll add one, make it 17,000. And we'll turn this up all the way just for the sake of the simulator. And that's not modeled. Some of this other stuff isn't modeled. Alright, so there we go. Back up here, auto feathers. Whoop, no, this one now. I changed it. Auto feather set to arm. Like so. Generator ties closed. Stall warning, pitot heat, and anti-ice to normal. I don't need to vent the fuel. What does this say? All static, brace the ice? I can't get down there. Brake the ice. Alt static, okay. Altimeter maybe. Alright, that page is done. Come back down here, we're not quite done yet. Prop sync on. Set up autopilot. We're gonna go right up to 16,000 feet. Right off the nose. And there we go. Autopilot then, we're gonna use nav and we're gonna climb 2,200 feet per minute. And alt select is already selected. Nav climb 20, what? 21. Weird, that's normally even numbers. Why is it different today? That's weird. Anyway, alt select. Alright. There we go. Come up here and get the rest of the lights on that are needed, like this one and this one. And the rest is good to go. Yeah, we're set. So, we are going to taxi. Where are we going to taxi? We're going to taxi up to the right to runway. What was it? I can't remember what I said. 3 or something. Oh wow, it's really quiet back here. And really loud over here. I mean, it's supposed to be that way, but that's quite a difference in this version. Anyway, let's hop inside and make myself really dizzy. Actually, let's not. Let's hop up back. Release a parking brake. Props to taxi, which they should be, now that I can actually see things. And give a little bit of fuel. Whoops. I bumped the wrong button. There we go. Now let's taxi to the right. Get going here. There we go. Every little thing about this version of the aircraft for X-Plane 11 is so much better. Like I said in the last video, I didn't realize how bad the outdated version was until I got the new version, and I am so happy I did. Alright, not really much to see here. So I think, you know what I'm going to say. I'll meet you at the end of the runway. Alright, we'll just stop right here a second, set the parking brake, come inside and get the flaps down. Landing lights can come on, cabin flood comes off, overhead comes off, everything else, wait, that goes up to flight as well. Everything else should be set. Let me see here. A couple more things that I forgot. We need to turn on our TCAS, and we need to set our trim for takeoff. There we go. Let's put our yoke back in, and yeah, we'll pull out on the runway, and then we'll set our stop. Whoops. And we'll set our stopwatch here. No parking brake off. Let's shut our windows. I couldn't figure out why it was so loud in here. That is why. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Alright, we'll try to slow down here. There we go. Set parking brake one more time. Let's go down here and start our clock. Now we have to do chrono. Flight timer, it says now. And is it starting? There we go. There's one. What else did I need to do? Props forward. Holding the brake. Introducing throttle. And STOL. Let's go. Airspeed's alive. 40, 60, 80. We need to go past that first flag before we can think about rotating. And it should just lift off on its own if trim is right. And there we go. Positive rate. Very positive rate. Gear up. First set of flaps. Excellent. Second set of flaps. We'll level off and gain some speed here. Look at that. Alright, let's turn towards the destination. I have not engaged autopilot yet, believe it or not. Normally I engage autopilot before I even get off the end of the runway. As soon as those wheels come up, I engage autopilot normally. We're going to hand fly for a minute, and then we will look at a replay of the takeoff. There we go. Trim is set kind of nicely. Maybe it's set a little ambitious. We're climbing pretty ridiculous right now. Alright. Engage autopilot. It's going to bring us down. Now, there we go. Ooh, that was smooth. You could barely tell. Very nice. Alright, let's clean this place up and then we'll look at a replay. Bring props back a little bit so they're not in the red. You have 5 minutes to do this. Restart on fire, by the way. Bring torque back a little bit. A little bit more. And if you look, we're at green, 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 green. Doesn't matter in green. And autopilot is engaged. And we're just going to go like this. So let's have a look at the replay of the takeoff. So here's our tower view. We're getting started and we're going to gain speed and take off. Not much to say about a takeoff, really. There we go. And gear up. Flaps coming up. And away we go. Let's see what that looked like at the end of the runway. It's a long runway, so it's kind of hard to see, but we are at the end of it. You can see the lights anyway. And we're already airborne. And we're already up quite a ways. A couple hundred feet before we even get to the end of the runway. Awesome. Alright, passenger view, and then we'll go back to real time. Alright, we're spooling up, and away we go. Push you back in the seat a little bit. And up, and away we go. Gear in, flaps in. The wind caught me a little bit, but we stabled up pretty soon. This is nice and relaxing to watch a replay. I don't have to do much. Just sit here. There's a cute little farm. And away we go. Let's jump back to real time. Alright, here we are. Not much to say. Like I said, we're cleaned up already. We're not going to start on fire. I'm just make sure everything's stayed, because sometimes when I go from replay back to real time, sometimes things reset themselves. I'm just making sure that everything is still cleaned up and all the lights are how I left them. Gotta be careful about stuff like that. Yep, gear's still up, good. Timer's going, I think. Yep. And all the gauges are in the green. We can increase our torque a little bit, probably. Just a little, well, not that much. Right, so there you have it. Same story every time for the series. I'm not going to talk about everything from scratch. Otherwise, I think we're good to go. So we'll do some sightseeing, and I don't think there's anything to discuss between here and Oklahoma. I think we're going to see this scenery until we land. As we get further east, it'll be more interesting. You know, we're going to go by New York City and Boston and all that stuff. But for right now, this part of the series is part of the segment. I don't know. Not a whole lot going on. So I think that's, well, you know what? First of all, no, I take that back. First of all, we do have something to do. We have our VNav. So we want to be at 4,500 feet. Is it this one? There we go. 4,500 at Tissy, which is right there. And we're going to do 1,000 feet per minute. So that means if everything goes okay, I'll see you in about 20 minutes my time, because that's going to obviously go down very quickly once we level off. So see you in a couple minutes. Enjoy the sightseeing in between. So we did have something come up. We had a right fuel pressure low come up. I've never ever had that happen. Huh. I've never had that happen before. Flying this aircraft. So not exactly sure what that means or what I do about it. Auxiliary pump is on auto. Or was I turned it up before I started talking? That's on auto. That's on. Fuel flow here. They're both equal. I don't know. I don't know what that means. It's never happened, and I've done everything exactly the same way. I've been doing this for a year now, I guess. So I don't know what that means, and I don't know how to get rid of it, other than going into failures and turning it off. I don't know. Our torque is down though, so I can crank that back up. Get some more speed going here. Otherwise, I'm not sure, so just keep our turbines from blowing up though. I don't know. Fuel flow is perfect on both gauges. They match. I don't know. Anyway, well, we'll go back to sightseeing and eating our sandwiches and reading a book. We haven't crashed, so we're still live. I'll see you in a little bit, I guess. Alright, we're not quite ready for top of descent, but I just wanted to point out the landscape change. So if we look back here, ever since we took off, we had all these farm fields and lands and everything. But then if you look over here, you can see the terrain change. And I just think that is so awesome in the flight sim, how that does that. It's just so cool, because see how it gets darker and darker as you get off to the distance. Totally different change. Look over there even. That's really cool. I just really like it. So we've gone from the deserts in our first couple legs to the mountains, and then this farmland in Oklahoma and Texas, and now we're getting to the plains of the, I guess, Midwest, but kind of south Midwest Oklahoma. So you know where Oklahoma is on a map, if you can imagine. But this is how the sim is representing the plains, and I assume it's going to get darker and greener as we head east over the next couple legs, and then I believe we'll go over the Appalachian Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. And not today. I mean, I'm talking like 5 legs or 6 legs from now. Not today, but we'll get there. And then we'll head up the coast, and the terrain is changing. That's one reason why I wanted to do this series, is because I wanted to see how the sim changes. Oh, there's a city above the wing. How the sim changes the terrain as you get to different parts of the country. And since the United States is where I've lived all my life, and I know the geography and topography and everything in the United States, I thought it would be really cool to fly across it and notice the changes. And I have definitely been noticing them. I hope you're noticing them too. I am sure, though, if I hop down here, we are well past top of descent. Yeah. So this VSR is the rate we have to descend. So we pretty much have to descend at 1,000 feet per minute. So let's hop up here. Actually, let's not hop up here. We want to get down to what? What did I put in here? 4,500. So let's bring this down to 4,500. Like so. And, oops, there we go. And we'll open up autopilot, and we will descend 1,000 feet per minute. That's what the VSR says anyway. 1,000 feet per minute, alt select. Everything is still set. Off camera. Whoa. I think our weather just updated. Our weather just updated, and now it's overcast. Oh, those overcast settings are awful in the bright sun. Oh my. Well, we got to manage some stuff first. We got to bring our throttles back. We're going to overspeed, so let's bring those back. I wanted to see what overcast looked like, and well, there we go. We get to see what overcast looks like. I can make a bunch of changes. Okay, there we go. If you look down under the tail, you can see. Just for a minute, let's make it darker, because I think it looks better in the dark. Oh no. That looks, what? Obviously that's not right. That's obviously a mistake, because when it's nighttime, you're not going to see bright white clouds. Further research required, because that's hideous. In the old version of SkyMaxx Pro, overcast looked amazing. What happens if I do sunrise? Nope. What? What happened to this? Hang on a second. Let's make sure our aircraft is fine first. We're a little bit fast. But we're right on target, though, for our descent. I also want to check out where we are on the GPS. Alright, we're 6 minutes out till the next waypoint. And then it's easy cup. And then we enter our pattern. Alrighty, anyway, let's hop back outside here and let's try to fix this. What in the world? We're just going to go to our plugin and open up our SkyMaxx Pro. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We'll come back to that. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So this is what we have to change. If we do broken, we risk having really bad frame rates, but let's apply and see what happens. Alright, let's let that refill in. It has to redraw all the clouds. Whoa, look at that crosswind too while we're at it. Holy cow. This should still get thicker as we go here. What in the world? I mean, that's better, but it still looks hideous. Let me check my engines and everything first before we keep messing around. Alright, let's hop back out. Let's keep looking at these clouds since we have nothing to do for 5 minutes. So now it's going to draw the clouds. There we go. And someone's trying to text me. Alright, so under the old SkyMaxx Pro, I had all this figured out, like, perfectly, and it looked amazing. If you go back on my channel and look at my SkyMaxx Pro demo videos, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's let the puffs redraw. I mean, the puffs look good, but I'd rather have it be solid. Oh, okay. That's better. Now we're getting somewhere. Our frame rates took a little hit, but that's looking okay. I like this. I think we'll just live with this, and then I'll just further tweak it off camera and mess with sky colors off camera. I'm curious, though, what happens if we make it dark? Does it actually get better? There we go. I guess our airplane is lighting up those clouds. Okay, now we're talking. I'm not sure what was wrong with that other setting, but yeah, that obviously that's from our aircraft. I do not have the landing lights on, although I should turn them on because it's getting to be below 10,000 feet. So we're just going to put the sun back where it was. There we go. Okay, that's better. Let's see if it screwed up our time on our stopwatch, though. Nope. Okay, that's good. Alrighty, where are we? 11,000. We can turn the landing lights on now. We're close enough. Okay, let's make sure we're still on target for our descent. We're still on target. Spot on. Alright, now that we got sidetracked, terribly sidetracked, it is nice to see some different weather. So, let's keep sightseeing a little bit, and I'll catch you in a couple minutes. Alright, we're about to enter the clouds, and I just want to point a few things out. I really love being able to see a little bit through the clouds towards the ground. So I think maybe I'll keep the settings this way. I'll have to experiment with them, like I said. It does kill my frame rates, though, where before, under the old SkyMaxx, well, this isn't frame rate, this is just the way my preset operates, but see how much smoother that is. Anyway, clouds above us now. Under the old SkyMaxx Pro, I would do the complete solid overcast, and then, oh, update it again. I would do the complete solid overcast, and it would be really smooth, and we'd have amazing frame rates. But this will kill our frame rates, but that's okay. It looks better. It does look a lot better to have this brokenness, I guess. Oh, that's cool. I love when that happens, especially in real life. I'll take a screenshot of that, where you have the opening to the ground and the clouds everywhere else. It's so exciting to have weather that isn't perfectly clear for the first time. It took us 6 legs to get there, but we got it. We got our weather. Nice. Don't know what's going to be like below the clouds, though. Anyway, this low pressure light went out on its own. I checked all of my failures and everything said always working. So I don't know what that was, but the light did go out on its own during the course of the flight. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. And so yes, good. VSR is still slightly above the profile, so we're still good to go there. We are perfectly on schedule, in other words. Just have to keep watching our speed because we're getting faster and faster as we get lower. Otherwise, we're just going to enter the soup soon. I'm going to start our approach soon. Oh, this is cool. Let me fix this preset while I'm... There we go. Let's set it as that. I like that. Clouds above us, clouds below us. Looking great. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, looks like we're going to turn a little bit. That's a nice shot. Wow. Let's just enjoy that a moment. I guess I don't have to talk constantly. Looks like it's doing some correcting there. Which I'm glad, because off camera I bumped my autopilot. And I had to reset a few things, but that's okay. That's what editing is for. Oh, this is so cool. I could just sit back here all day. Ooh. Updating some weather. Getting a little stutter there when it updates. How nice is that? Okay, it's stuttering too much because it's updating something. Let's just go up here. Ooh. Nice. I wonder where the base of the clouds are, because we just have a GPS approach. We don't have a precision approach. I guess GPS precision exists, I think, but that's not what this is. This is just GPS approach. Man, are we really on target? We're going a little ahead of target because we're below, our VSR is below our profile. Not by much, but we're going to have to think about slowing down pretty soon, though. I love this. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. We're completely in the clouds. Look at this. I'm just using my mouse. There we go. Way smoother if I use my mouse. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Look at that. That is so cool. Let's have one more look at these clouds outside. Although I don't really think we're going to see much. Yeah, we're in the clouds, so I'm not really going to see a whole lot. Whoa. There we go. Pop through a little bit. That's awesome too. Nice. Very nice. Looks like we'll be breaking through the bottom pretty soon. So are we still on target? We are still on target. And we're about to make our line up at the runway. So we got to slow down pretty soon. I don't want to slow down too soon, or else the approach just drags on and on and on. And we're just gonna keep our speed up until we have to really slow down. But otherwise, landing lights are on. Fasten seatbelt is always on. And too early for flaps, too early for gear. Our chrono clock, or time, or stopwatch, whatever you want to call it, is still right on. It's been almost 32 minutes. Our fuel has barely moved. And I guess we'll just glide right along until we're ready to do something fun. Oh, I mean, this is plenty fun, especially looking out this window, but you know what I mean. Until we got to take some action and fly the aircraft. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, it has not been a couple minutes. I just want to point out how awesome this is, but makes me nervous. It looks like those clouds go pretty low to the ground. I hope we're going to be able to see our airport. When I checked the weather, when I started the sim, it was clear with a 5-knot wind from the north. But this is looking pretty hairy, because we're at our approach altitude, and we're going to turn soon. So that means we need to turn this down to what? 2600. There we go. I'm going to start turning. Turn that down to 26. As soon as we make this corner, we got to start descending again. So here we go. Descend. Not 800 feet per minute. 600 feet per minute. Alt select is enabled. Let's start slowing down here, because we got to start taking some action pretty soon. and I'm getting kind of nervous, but I must say this, oh, that looks awful. Let's go. There we go. This is so fun. This is so fun. This is the first time, I think, in almost 100 videos. Well, I don't know how many videos I've had, but hundreds of flights since I've been doing Flight Simulator, that I've encountered conditions like this without setting them up on purpose. This is so fun and so cool. I'm just double checking everything. Yeah, nothing really to do now except slow down and get some gear and flaps out. We got Tapley. We want to be at 4,000 at Tapley, which means we're actually already ahead of schedule. What am I thinking? Let's go 0. Let's just do that. And I'll increase speed a little bit. How did I get so far ahead of schedule? What was I thinking? I don't know. I must have been distracted by something. Anyway, we'll just stay right here. Actually, instead of Alt Select, let's just do Alt. That'll keep us where we're at, I think. That should be how that works. Yeah. Keep us where we are, because 4,000, we want to be at 4,000 at Tapley. We're a little ahead of schedule. So we'll just hold Alt there, except we're going down. Anyway, whatever. Let's keep our speed up a little bit. We don't need to go this slow this soon. We'll get geared out at Tapley. How about that? Oh, wow. This is amazing. This is so incredible. I'm really glad the weather changed. Oh my gosh, it almost looks like snow. I know that isn't, but it almost looks like it, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, we're going... Yeah, we gotta get flapping the gear out soon. We're starting to drag our tail a little bit. That means we're going a little slow. So let's give us some throttle. There we go. Now we flatten out a little bit. Wow. That is something else, man. Alright, 4,000 at Tapley. And then we want to go down to 2820 by Hanover. So let's go like that. Actually, let's go like that. And then it's the runway. There we go. Nice, very nice. And I have my, yeah, I have that set. Let's see. Let's bring that down to 28. There we go. Then I can do an Alt Select pretty soon. Bring us down, step us down to minimums, which I kind of have a feeling in real life this would not be an appropriate landing. We'd probably have to go to a different airport because we're not doing the ILS approach. We're not doing the precision approach. There's that tree line roadway add-on I have. Tree lines and farms, I think it is. Oh, this is so fun. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. I normally don't get this giddy when I fly, but this is incredible. Look at this. It's like, I don't know, we had that scary approach in the mountains, and we had a few standard regular approaches, and now we've got this precision approach, which isn't all that precision. Let's slow down now. And we'll get geared out in a moment. That'll cause some drag. And we should be at about 13,000 pounds. 13.2. Done. Resume. So 13.2 landing is going to be about 108 knots or 106 knots. Okay, gear down. That'll cause some drag. It'll slow us down a little bit. And first set of flaps, which means we need some throttle to keep our speed up. Now, you might think that I'm doing the flaps early, but if you look how fast that map is moving. We're only a minute and a half from the airport pretty much, because there's runway 17 right there. So, okay, so now we want to be down. We want to descend 500 feet per minute, so we'll do 6. and Alt select. So that should bring us down to 2800, which is where we want to be at Hanover. And then we land somehow in the fog. But I'm going to use autopilot till the very last second so we can do some sightseeing. This is incredible. This is just incredible. You cannot set up weather like this yourself. The only way to get weather like this is to do real world weather and let it do it for you. Alright, so I should come down here. What I said was going to be 108. So there's 110 or 106 I said. So we're going to go right there. That's our minimum speed. Oh, runway's in sight. Okay. Maybe this would be okay then if I can call runway in sight. Not quite sure, but I feel like we're a little high. But we're right on with our descent. Yeah, we've got 4 white. Let's go autopilot. And let's do second set of flaps. There we go. We're going to flow like crazy. Props forward. Give it some more throttle because we want to approach at that second flag. We don't want to go below it yet, but we have to descend much faster than we are. There we go. We're really high, but we're supposed to be though 34. We're not at Hanover yet. We need to be at 28 at Hanover, but we got. Oh, we're getting blown over to the side too. But we've got 4 white, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Gears down, flaps are down, props are forward, managing speed. I'm fighting the yoke like crazy here. Let's trim down a lot. There we go. We're about to reach Hanover, and we're going to be right on schedule on the glide slope. We will be at 2820 at Hanover. Or Havor. Why am I saying Hanover? So I am not sure why our pappy are telling us we're way too high. When we're right on, look at that, we're right on 3,000. 6 seconds to get down 100 feet. And there's a farm right above the dashboard there. 29. I gotta get down. But we had this problem in Denver too, where the approach plate that's published was off with the sim. Actually, you know what could be wrong? I did not set my barometric pressure, did I? That could be part of it. Maybe. Wow, look at this fog. This is so cool. Keeping our speed where it needs to be for the approach. Gear down, flaps down, lights on, seatbelts, everything. There we go. Now we'll sorry, somebody's trying to call me on the phone, and I'm not going to answer because I'm trying to land a plane. You might hear the vibration through the microphone. I apologize if you do, but that's what that is. There we go, 2 and 2. We've been on 2 and 2 ever since intercepted. Not much wind, but there's enough to cause an issue. Do I dare? Do I dare look out the window? That's probably a bad idea. Yeah, we got too slow. Oops. Alright. Stay on target. Stay on target. There we go. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit. We want to land at that first flag. No more, no less. I was looking at that barn out in the distance. We got off a little bit. There we go. Couple knots fast, maybe 2 or 3 knots fast. Here we go, level off a little bit. Flare, throttle back, flare, 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 flare. There we go. Don't slam that nose wheel down. Nose wheel is down. Brakes. Let's do reverses because we can. We obviously don't need them, but I just like to use them. Here we go. Flaps up so the wind doesn't carry us. And I have no idea where we're going. Let's just pull off the runway here to vacate, and we'll whoa, I'm really torquing to the right. What is that all about? Flaps are in, so the wind shouldn't really be doing much to us. And what was our flight time on that? 39:26 for flight time. Alright, let's vacate here. Doesn't look like a modeled airport, which is fine. Good. I like that huge barn out there. Gosh, this weather. It's affecting my frame rates, of course, but it's actually not that terrible. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. So let's stop right as soon as our tail clears the stop sign. Stop right there. And parking brake is set. We'll come up here, turn off our landing lights, turn on our taxi lights. We can turn on the cabin lights so people can see and start collecting their belongings. Let's hop out here and let's see where we are. Actually, let's use this view. It's not modeled, so we'll just pull up ahead here and we'll just pull up ahead. Let's bring the props back to taxi though. There we go. My favorite sound, except I jumped out of the cockpit too soon to hear it. Let's just pull over right about, well, let's get that wing out of the way, I guess, so other people can taxi by. Actually, let's not, we're stuck. Let's just set the parking brake, props back, throttle back. Oh, I did hit the right button to stop that. 3926. Alright, so I'm going to do a replay of the landing now, because if I shut everything down first, then it gets weird. So let's find a nice view and let's have a replay of this landing. So here we are coming in. Very slight crosswind, exactly how I predicted it would be. But did I hold off? Yeah, a little rough. But I did not slam the nose wheel. That's 2 in a row where I did not slam the nose wheel, so I'm getting better about that. I'm very, very happy about that. Now I can just smooth out touchdown, and that'd be even better. It's not like I'm landing on a really short runway where I got to plant it and stop. Let's see if there's a tower view. Yeah, look at those birds, by the way. I'm glad those are there and not when we were landing. Although that would be kind of fun to have a bird strike when you land. I've never had that happen. I've had plenty of bird strikes taking off, but not landing. Anyway, let's see what other views we have here. Here's our runway view. Looking good. I love that overcast sky. Isn't that awesome? Overcast above and then fog in the distance or haze in the distance. Oh my gosh. I didn't really crab it much, did I? And then the wind just pushed us off to the side. I gotta work on that. Let's see if there's a tower view at this airport. The airplane's coming in, but you can see the birds on the ground that are waiting for us. Quite a lot of them, too. Fortunately, they didn't affect us. But, here we go, about to touch down. Sorry, this is a really long replay, but I wanted to see if those birds did anything interesting. Yep. We land and they take off. Look at that. And here they come. Cool. Alright, passenger view because we can, and then we'll go back to real time. We'll just make this a short one, but I'm looking at that city in the background. Keep in mind, a lot of these replays I'm doing isn't to watch my landing, it's to do my sightseeing, since I've realized the importance of flying the plane when you're trying to land versus sightseeing when you're trying to land. It's made a big difference. At least I've noticed a difference. I'm actually landing the plane now. Alright, we've seen enough. Time to head back to real time. Alright, so here we are. We're going to kill some fuel and turn on external power. If we come up here, we're already on external power, so that's good. Those can come off, these can all come off. I should have put those on ground when I turned my landing lights off at the end of the, or before we started our taxi, but yeah, a little thrown off by not having a real taxi. That's all good to go. Everything up there is fine. We can turn off. No, let's keep them on, then the passengers can actually see what they're doing. We can open up our cockpit door. We can come down here. Actually, it's this one now. And we can turn off some of this stuff. And turn off these guys, and this one, and this one, and this one. It's nice and quiet. And good. Our cabin temp stayed at 62 degrees. I finally got the hang of these controls. It doesn't get up to 120 anymore. I'm obviously doing our cabin pressure right because we don't get that red light for cabin pressure differential. So everything is good there. I think we're all cleaned up and ready to go. Let's open this up so the onion smell from our sandwiches don't smell up everything else. Let's go here and do our static elements and open up our side doors as well, which are on the other side. Here we go. Nice. Well, welcome to Oklahoma. It's the place to be. We will stare at that barn in the background because that's the only thing to look at around here. So hope you enjoyed the flight. I really did. It was so nice to have weather that's not a clear sky. Although last time we had a very windy landing. That was nice. But this time we had a cloudy landing. So very cool. I can't remember where we're going next, but we're going to have a couple flights that are not part of the series just to mix things up a little bit. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed the flight. Obviously, I did. I've never been this giddy during Flight Simulator before, but we have an awesome, amazing aircraft, amazing scenery, amazing weather. And with that being said, I hope to catch you on the next one.